From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Jenkins, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 Podcast for Friday, March 1st. We begin with a Wish TV exclusive. All week long, I've been telling you about Daybreak's Scott Sanders' one-on-one conversation with Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JPMorgan Chase. Today, I'm bringing you the last part of their conversation. At the end of Scott's interviews, he typically will ask the other person if there's anything he didn't cover that the viewer may want to know. He extended the same courtesy to Dimon, and this was his response.
What do you like to know? America is still the most unbelievable country on the planet. And while we talk about all the negatives sometimes, we have the most innovative, we have all the foodborne energy we need, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of enterprise are unbelievable. Democracy and freedom and capitalism they're really not inseparable. You can do what you want with your money, you can start a business where you want, and a lot of people, if you travel the world with me, you'd see that's not true elsewhere. The rule of law is not the same, even though I think our litigious system is getting out of control, but you don't necessarily have your money, you can't start businesses, you can't move where you want. It is exceptional. And I think we should exalt about that exceptionalism and acknowledge the flaws and fix them, but not act like the flaws are the country. They are not. And so I think people, should take a deep breath, look at our blessings, and I think American leadership is needed around the world. There's a lot of, hopefully people learn from the invasion of Ukraine. The world is not a safe place. Because the world is not a safe place, what happened in World War I and World War II can't happen again. It will not be safe for us either if we don't have proper global leadership, and it can only come from this country. So that's it.
If you haven't listened to the full interview yet, we have it online for you right now. Just head over to wishtv.com to check it out. On to some big sports news. Caitlin Clark announced she would enter the WNBA draft, which means one of the biggest stars in women's basketball may likely end up right here in the Circle City. That's because the Indiana Fever have the first pick in the draft for the second straight year. Caitlin Mania has been sweeping the city ever since the announcement. From fans on social media, even Mayor Joe Hogsett hopping on board by taking to social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, to say he's looking forward to welcoming Caitlin to Indianapolis. The WNBA draft happens April 15th. The man arrested for the 2023 shooting at Castleton Square Mall has been found guilty of criminal recklessness. Yesterday, a judge convicted Curtis Wilson for the February 2023 shooting. Police say it happened during an altercation between two groups. According to authorities, Wilson grabbed a gun from his brother and chased members of the other group out of the mall, where there was an exchange of gunfire. Wilson was shot in the leg. Thankfully, no one else was hurt. Wilson is scheduled to be sentenced on March 28th. The Blue Line project will not be blocked by state lawmakers. The Blue Line is the rapid transit line that's set to run between the airport and Cumberland on the city's east side. Yesterday, House Speaker Todd Houston said Senate Bill 52 would not move forward. The bill would have banned dedicated bus travel lanes across the state and could have killed the Blue Line project. Instead, IndyGo agreed to allow for 2 lanes of car traffic on Washington Street wherever possible. IndyGo riders had criticized lawmakers over efforts to put the brakes on rapid transit.
If we want to be a major metropolitan area and compete with other big cities comparable to us in the Midwest, we need to have a public transportation system. They want to be the sports capital of the Midwest. Well, you need to get people around.
IndyGo has not said how much the compromise with lawmakers will delay the Blue Line's construction. Sometime today, the IU Board of Trustees will decide whether the Kinsey Institute will be spun off. Kinsey has researched sex, gender, and reproductive rights since 1947. Last year, state lawmakers barred the use of taxpayer money to support Kinsey following criticism of the institute from conservatives. The IU board tabled a vote in November after critics blasted the move to separate Kinsey from the university.
This kind of reminds me of the good old days when people used to stand up and say, I got a list of 100 communists in the State Department. We better get them out of there in a hurry.
The Board of Trustees meets later today on the campus of IU Southeast in New Albany. When it comes to the weather, we are back to the seasonal norm today, but as we head into the weekend, we could see a few showers, but Saturday should be warm and dry. Tara Hastings has your News 8 Daily 8 forecast.
Temperatures today are going to be right around normal, seasonable, right? We're going to be tracking maybe a few spotty showers across parts of the state today. I'm not anticipating a complete washout. Whatever precipitation we see today, it is going to be on the light side. So I wouldn't necessarily cancel any outdoor plans, but just be aware you could encounter maybe a few light showers here or there. Right now across parts of Bedford, around Lawrence County, also in Brown County, we're seeing the chance for some of these light showers heading in across parts of southern Indiana. This is going to continue to lift northward, and I think it'll be here in a couple of hours. So right around the lunch hour, maybe a chance for some of these light showers. Otherwise, we just have mostly cloudy skies here in Indianapolis, coming in at 34 degrees right now in Indy. East-southeast winds at 8 miles per hour. That's creating a wind chill, or feels like temperature at this hour at 27. Statewide, we've got temperatures above freezing. So any precipitation that we do see here for the first part of the morning, I think it's going to be in the form of rain. I don't think we're going to see any wintry mix or any snow right now because those temperatures are above freezing. We'll be at 31 degrees right now in Kokomo, 36 currently in South Bend. Today, mainly cloudy skies. A few very light, spotty showers possible on and off during the day today. We'll see those temperatures climbing into the mid-40s, which is right around normal for this time of the year. We begin to see skies clear for the weekend. And oh boy, those temperatures really bounce back up. We'll talk about where our high temperatures go for the weekend, all coming up in my full forecast.
To get a peek at the full forecast, just head over to wishtv.com. Or you can download the Wish TV StormTrack 8 app to get access to the Wish TV interactive radar and our weather blogs. Today's weather won't be the best for this story. A number of high school students are braving the cold water to raise money for athletes. It's the second of 4 polar plunges for Special Olympics Indiana this weekend at Eagle Creek Park. News 8's Hernan Gutierrez has the details.
Well, there's 1,000 people taking place in the polar plunge over the next couple of days. Half of that, about 550 of those, all high school students. They get to skip class for the day, but it's all for a good cause. Here to talk a little bit more about the plunge and in his organization is Paul. You're with the, let me see if I'm trying to remember the name of your organization, really long acronym, yes. The Central Indiana Educational Services Center. Did I get that right?
You got it right, absolutely.
Well, thanks for being here this morning. Tell me a little bit about what your organization does and kind of how that fits into the Special Olympics and the polar plunge programming.
Yeah, so we're an educational nonprofit just trying to help schools save money by pulling together resources, and we just love being here, working with students, working with Special Olympics. It's a great cause.
And why is this cause so important to you guys? Obviously, you guys are in schools helping with that stuff. Why come back every year?
You see the excitement from the kids jumping in. We have superintendents coming. A lot of our member districts are joining, as well as others across the state. So, it's just to see that excitement's a lot of fun and giving back as always.
This year you guys don't have any people participating, but in the past you have. What's that been like?
When we have staff jumping, I mean, they're excited. They're raising money. They're, again, just as excited as these students to get in, jump in this cold water. But again, this year we're happy just to be behind the scenes volunteering.
Yeah, I don't know. Even though it's been a little bit warmer this winter, I don't know if I would be able to do it myself. But have you done it yourself?
I have not, but I might be on the hook next year. I think I'll have to do it.
And remind me, tell me a little bit about how long your guys' organization has been here as a sponsor. I know they've been telling me that you guys are a longtime sponsor, but how long have you guys had this connection?
We've been working with other partners for a few years now. I'd say about 5 years, and yeah, we bring in staff. We're helping get students registered, but also just working to get other donations, water, food for those students once they come in and warm up in the tent behind us.
Great. Well, Paul, thanks for being here this morning. We really appreciate it. The high school plunge, that's today. That's at 10:30. Tomorrow, the community plunge. There's 2 of them at 9 and 11. Again, tomorrow morning here at Eagle Creek Park. Reporting in Indianapolis, I'm Hernan Gutierrez for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
This has been your News 8 Daily 8 podcast for Friday, March 1st. I'm Jeremy Jenkins for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.